How are you guys both?
Yeah. Well, I'm good. I'm good. We're good. And it's good to see you. I know we're not in person, but again, thank you for obviously taking the time to meet with us.
Yes.
And more importantly, Lorraine, we just wanted to get some feedback from you as obviously, this is not an easy process to go through from the beginning to start, and you're still in the middle of it. But
Yes.
for our process, we just wanted to get an idea of how do we were we able to support you? Did we perform? Did we meet your expectations? So again, just an opportunity for us to get better as we continue to serve this community of probates and obviously people that need our assistance. So anything that you can provide, any guidance, any feedback, we appreciate that.
Actually, I'm very satisfied with all the process. As I mentioned, I think your efforts and the communication that we had were just outstanding. Again, it met my expectations and the way I move. I move very, very quickly. People have been surprised how much quickly what the home sold and the home sold. Not as I wanted to, and I go due to my mom had the prorate, but it sold. I didn't want to go any further. Me hubiera gustado that we would have put a little bit more higher on the house to get a little bit more. It didn't happen that way. Okay, it is what it is. But otherwise, the expectations of your team and how you guys did and how you communicated, outstanding. Very, very, very pleased. And that's to me the most important. Customer service and how we do work is to me is one of the most important things. So I thank
Yeah.
you both.
No, thank you, Lorraine. Lorraine, I was remembering when we met early on, one of the things that you mentioned to us in our meeting was that one of your two biggest concerns, or at least something you brought up, was number one was communication, and number two is speed. You wanted something done because obviously there were some elements of the loan that needed to be addressed quickly.
Correct.
Aside from that, once you did realize you needed to go through this process, were there any other concerns or fears that you had prior to hiring anybody?
No,
No, it
no.
was just about communication
Again,
and speed.
communication, customer service, that's the top notch for me in any kind of transaction that I do. Any kind of transaction. And like I said, I felt that Mr. Padilla was there, and still, as soon as all this was over, I communicated, okay, Mr. Padilla, what is next? What is that I need to do? Okay. And through your process, again, it went very quickly. It went very smooth. And like I said, when it pertains to me personally on my stuff, it's very important. And if I'm not getting where I think I should be getting, and then I know the information, I start pushing people out of sight.
Yeah,
And I'm going to say it in Spanish,
yeah,
uh, a little bit vulgarly talking. Hazte un lado porque me estorbas.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that's me.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
You know what you want, you know
That's
how
the
to go
bottom
get it.
line. If I'm not getting the source where I'm going, I'm going to push everybody aside because I'm going to get to where I'm going to hit and
I
not
love
to
that.
waste time. Okay.
I love that. One question, Lorraine, I know that you did something that I really admired, which is you sat down with different real estate agents that around the probate space to gather as much information as possible. And I commend you for that. What made you feel comfortable trusting our team to handle the sale once you got to the point where you were going to make the decision of moving forward?
First of all, I felt that you both understood. Uh, I met with you guys on a Zoom like right now. And then later on, we met in person with my husband and my son. My son did more of the talking, and he is a little bit like me, but a little bit more harsh. Okay. And I understood that you were understanding what uh, the backup that he was giving me, even though Albert didn't have nothing to do with the decision that I did. He
Right.
knew, my children knew, my daughter, even though she was not there, but I informed them, hey, this is what's going on. Every little detail, I will also inform my son and my other two sons, I mean, my daughter and my other two sons of what was going on. But in that process that we met personally, out of all the team that I had met the day before and that Sunday that I met you guys, I felt that you guys understood what I was looking for. I needed this sale to go quickly. I don't know if I even lost a friend of that, a person that I have known for so many years. But when I heard, and I wasn't there when she walked into the house, it was my son that led her. And after she got with me, even before I met you guys, I didn't feel, oh, this is going to take too long. We're not going to do it. We have to do this. We have to do that. And I go, wait a minute. Well, can you do the job or not? That was my thing. Can you do the job? When I felt that you guys knew I can do the job, we can do the job.
Yeah.
I felt that comfortable. And that's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah,
felt.
I think that's one of the things that we really admired about you as well. You were very clear on the directions and the expectations of what you wanted from us. And so based on that, can you share what the process was like once we actually got going and no, totally fine. So basically what I was saying is because you did have those expectations, you're very clear on the directives that you gave us. Once you did hire us, can you share some of the process that you actually, how it actually felt for you once we actually did get started on this process?
Once again, the follow-up that Noriel was doing with me, okay, consistently telling me what was going on, what he had done, what he had not done. And when I would ask him a question, again, that response back, that reply back, whether it was a text, whether it was through email, whether it was a phone message that I left. Okay, everything went smoothly in that. And to me, that's one of the most important things. People say, oh, well, I called them, but they haven't called me back.
Mm.
Or I have tried to call them, but I can't catch them. They're not returning my calls. I'm not getting that information that I needed. And I didn't have that experience.
I love that.
Okay,
Love
I
that.
had a beautiful, very, very easy communication with Noriel, with yourself, with my attorney, and even with the staff that's over with you, Celeste and Jody, which I really didn't do too much of that because everything just went very smoothly. I need this, okay, let me get that. Here it is. We need that, okay, let me get that for you. So everything of that went very smooth, very
Love that.
rapidly.
I love to hear that. Lorraine, looking back now, what would you tell somebody who's in the early stages of this probate process, and who is considering working with us? As far as what would you tell that person now being on the other side of this process if they were in the beginning?
Well, I can tell them the date that I signed up with you guys, when we listed my mom's house, and how long it took to find a buyer, what was being done to find a potential buyer for that, and when we closed. And again, through that, a trustworthy team that they can be very communicative, be transparent on what you're asking from them, that you guys are able to connect of what you expect from the team and what also they expect from you. Meaning if Noriel or Philip is asking for some information, but you're going to prolong it's going to prolong what they're trying to do. Okay, so it's very important for even the one that's interested in going with you as a team, that they also communicate. It
Yeah.
takes two
It
sides.
is a team
Team
effort.
effort.
It takes two sides, okay?
Guaranteed.
Okay.
Yep.
But again, trust the team. I put my hands in there. I trusted them, and still, if I had to go through another process like this, I will definitely call you guys back.
I love it. Thank you. Lorraine, I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Thank you. It was a pleasure to meet you. I love your drive, your ambition. You're man, I love the power that you bring to the table. It was inspirational. I liked how you moved. Again, to me, you're the best part of. I like to work with people like you that know exactly what they want, know how they want it to be done, and then so because it makes it easier for us. We know what the expectation is, you know. So I'm very grateful to you and thank you for the honor of helping you through this process. So thank you.